Have you ever heard of a creature that is half man, half bull? Let's delve into the tale of the Minotaur, a monstrous entity whose terrifying legacy begins with a king's defiance and a divine punishment. Our story takes us back to the ancient civilization of Crete, ruled by the powerful King Minos. He was a proud man, so much so that he dared to challenge Poseidon, the mighty god of the sea. Some say it was arrogance, others a mere miscalculation. Regardless, his actions stirred the wrath of Poseidon, who decided to teach the king a lesson he would never forget. And so the divine punishment came in a form most unexpected. Poseidon, in his infinite power, enchanted Queen Pasiphae, the wife of King Minos, to fall irrevocably in love with a majestic bull. It was not just any bull, but one sent by Poseidon himself, a symbol of his wrath and power. The queen, under the spell of Poseidon, couldn't resist the allure of the bull. In the hidden corners of the palace, she found a way to unite with the creature. It was an unnatural union, a shocking blend of human and beast, fueled by an enchantment that defied the natural order of things. The result of this union was as shocking as the act itself. A creature was born, unlike anything the world had ever seen. It had the body of a man, strong and muscular, but the head of a bull, fierce and terrifying. Its eyes glowed with an eerie light, and its roar echoed through the halls of the palace, sending shivers down the spine of everyone who heard it. This creature, born of a queen's misguided love and a god's wrath, was named the Minotaur. It was a living testament to King Minos' defiance and the consequences of his actions. It was a creature that struck fear into the hearts of the people of Crete, a constant reminder of the divine punishment they had incurred. In the end, a creature was born, the Minotaur, a terror to behold. To contain the Minotaur, a labyrinth was constructed. This was no ordinary construction project. It was a task of such complexity and grandeur that it required the genius of Daedalus, a renowned inventor and architect of his time. King Minos, in his desperate bid to keep the monstrous Minotaur away from his people, entrusted Daedalus with this formidable task. Daedalus, the master craftsman that he was, did not disappoint. He built a labyrinth so intricate and convoluted that it was nigh impossible to escape. The labyrinth was an architectural marvel, a maze of winding and intertwining paths, filled with dead ends and false leads. It was a place where up was down, left was right, and where every turn could bring you closer to the exit or deeper into the heart of the maze. The labyrinth was not just a prison, but a trap. It was a place of hopelessness and despair, where the only certainty was uncertainty. It was designed to disorient, to confuse, and ultimately to ensure that the Minotaur's victims would never find their way out. Once you entered the labyrinth, you were lost forever, left to wander aimlessly until the Minotaur found you. But the labyrinth was more than just a physical structure. It was a symbol of King Minos' power and his willingness to go to great lengths to protect his kingdom. It was a testament to the ingenuity of Daedalus, whose architectural prowess was unrivaled. Above all, it was a chilling reminder of the Minotaur's reign of terror and the unfathomable punishment that awaited those who defied the king. The labyrinth was the Minotaur's domain, a place where the beast could roam freely, hidden from the world outside. Here, in the depths of the labyrinth, the Minotaur lurked, waiting for its next victim. It was a constant threat to the people of Crete, a symbol of their fear and their submission to King Minos. In this intricate maze, the Minotaur lurked, a constant threat to the people of Crete. But the terror of the Minotaur extended beyond the shores of Crete. The beast's hunger was not satisfied by the local populace alone. Instead, a chilling tribute was demanded from the city of Athens. Every year, 7 young Athenian men and 7 maidens were sent to Crete, their fate to be devoured by the Minotaur. This horrific tribute was the result of a bitter dispute between King Minos of Crete and the city of Athens. Some say it was a war gone wrong, others whisper of a broken pact. Regardless of the cause, the consequence was clear. The Athenians were forced into a gruesome pact, a sacrifice to appease the wrath of Minos and his monstrous offspring. Imagine the dread these Athenians must have felt, selected to journey to an island where a labyrinthine death awaited them, their young lives cut short by a creature birthed from divine punishment and royal hubris. Year after year, the helpless Athenians were sent off to meet their doom. A brave Athenian, Theseus, decided to challenge this gruesome fate. Sworn to protect his people, he offered himself as one of the sacrificial lambs to the Minotaur. But he had a daring plan up his sleeve. The hero was not going to Crete to die, but to slay the beast and liberate Athens from its terror. Upon his arrival in Crete, Theseus found an unlikely ally in the form of Ariadne, the daughter of King Minos, who was smitten by his bravery. Ariadne, who knew the secrets of the labyrinth, gifted him two invaluable tools: a magical sword, sharp enough to pierce the hide of the Minotaur, and a ball of wool, a seemingly ordinary item that would prove to be his lifeline in the confusing twists and turns of the labyrinth. With the ball of wool in his hand, Theseus entered the labyrinth. As he delved deeper into the maze, he unraveled the wool, leaving a trail behind him. This piece of yarn, a thread of hope, was his guide, his path back to freedom. It was a simple yet ingenious plan, turning the labyrinth's complexity into his advantage. In the heart of the labyrinth, he encountered the beast he had come so far to face, the Minotaur. The creature was terrifying, a grotesque fusion of man and bull, snorting and charging at him with unfathomable rage. But Theseus stood his ground. He was not just fighting for his life, he was fighting for the lives of his people, for the future of Athens. Wielding the magical sword, he battled the Minotaur, his every move a testament to his courage. The fight was fierce, but the hero emerged victorious. With a final, powerful thrust, he drove the sword into the beast, ending the reign of terror that had plagued Crete and Athens. With the Minotaur dead and the labyrinth conquered, Theseus emerged victorious. He retraced his steps using the woolen thread, leading the other Athenians out of the labyrinth, back into the light of day, and towards a future free from fear. But the story of Theseus does not end with his triumphant return. As Theseus sailed back to Athens, a tragic twist awaited. Before leaving Crete, Theseus had promised his father, Aegeus, that if he survived, he would hoist white sails to signal his victory. But in the throes of his success and the sorrow of leaving Ariadne behind in Naxos, Theseus forgot to change the ship's black sails to white. Back in Athens, Aegeus, anxiously awaiting his son's return, saw the black sails on the horizon. Believing his son had fallen to the beast, he succumbed to despair and threw himself into the sea, his life swallowed by the waves, thus giving the Aegean Sea its name. Meanwhile, Ariadne in Naxos was left heartbroken, abandoned by the man she had risked everything for. In a bittersweet victory, Theseus returned to Athens, the shadow of his father's fate looming over him. And yet, the tales of the Greek heroes and villains do not end here. The labyrinth of mythology holds more mysteries, such as the daring defiance of a certain titan. Stay tuned for our next journey into the realm of gods and mortals, where we explore the tragic tale of Prometheus, the titan who defied the gods to bring fire to mankind.